Well, I'm so excited this week. Brother Don Karnser's here. Libby's off this week and we miss her, but we're going to have a fun time tonight with Brother Don. I love him. So, Brother Don, you know what? I heard through the grapevine, or I don't know what it was, maybe the Facebook,
It could probably.
that you were retiring.
Yes, ma'am.
And I thought, that's not true. Brother Don owns Camp Pleasant Church. So what's happening?
No, well,
is the church going out?
What it is 36 years. And we started out 36 years ago in a little old room, wouldn't seat 50 people.
Right.
And we built a sanctuary in about 4 or 5 years it'd seat 250, and then we built a sanctuary that would seat 600 or 700, and we filled it, and yeah. And over those years, I've seen everything that you can possibly imagine, and I just came to a point in my life where I realized that it was time to give the precious gift of Camp Pleasant
Yes.
to another younger man.
Because you know what? Nobody really owns the church except the Lord.
It's not.
And I admire that in you because, you know, not a lot of pastors would sit down, but evidently you feel like that season of your life is
Well, I have a friend at Pastor's Church in Frankfurt, a very dear friend, and we meet for coffee every once in a while, and he's been at his church a long time. And he made a remark to me a couple of years ago about that the worst thing a man can do is stay too long at a church until it peaks and starts going downhill, because it's a whole lot harder to get it back up the hill than it is to take it on.
So you know, I admire the God in you with that, by seeing it, but you're not going to be a retirement for ministry. You will still be a part of Camp Pleasant.
I will go to Camp Pleasant until the day I die, because that's my home church. I'll say.
But will you still be on the board or interacting or anything?
Maybe in some capacity, maybe not. One thing I want to do, I've seen it happen. It's very hard for someone to come in to pastor a church from a pastor that's been there a long time, because even though maybe everybody doesn't like the way you preach or what you do or the decision you make, once you leave, then you become the greatest pastor to ever live.
Right.
And whoever follows you has got a very difficult time. They're going to compare you.
Right.
So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try very hard to stay out of his way and help him or her.
Well, it sounds like God has really gave you wisdom on this.
Well, I've just seen a lot.
Yeah, well, you have, and you know what? So you're going to retire just from the pulpit.
Yes.
But you're still going to go to Camp Pleasant. You're going to still
I'll
preach
wherever the opportunity presents itself.
So you're going to be like an evangelist now.
Yeah, whatever.
You can come on the show more.
Yes, I love that.
And so you're still going to be involved. So you just feel that in this season that you've been there 36 years, and it's a good time. And you know what? That's so good, because not a lot of people could do that.
Yes. Well, there again, as you said a moment ago, it's not about me.
Right. It's about God.
It's about Camp Pleasant, about what God's going to do there on that hill. And so I feel very comfortable in the decision. The first few weeks and months, it was a little bit difficult, but my wife and I began to agree so unanimously on the things that we were seeing that it made it easy to finally say.
Well, you know, I've been told that when a man and a woman is in ministry together and they begin to see that, you know, the same, that's a good sign.
Yes,
that's a really good sign that God's working.
Yes.
And you're both agreeing.
Right.
And so,
Yes.
so you're even moving. And you're moving to town, aren't you?
Yes, we bought a little house here in Frankfurt, and
it's precious. I went and looked at it. It's like in the middle of city, but it's out in the country.
It's just like being in heaven. I swear.
Yes.
It's quiet and beautiful, but yet it's right in the middle of town. I told Margot, I said, the greatest thing it dawned on me, I can get in my car at that house, and if I catch green lights, I can be at Walmart in 2 minutes.
Well, you can't be that way out on Wington Road, but anyway, so you and Margot's just having the best time fixing it up and remodeling it. She's going to call it some kind of little cottage. She's going to have open house so everybody in Frankfurt can come see it.
That sounds good. We'd love to do that. I hope people do come and visit with us.
Well, good. Well, I've been by there, and I love the yellow, and you have an extra lot over here, and you can just sit out. Like I said, it's like in the middle of town, but then when you get there, it's like you're in this little quaint cottage area that's like out in the country.
I told Margaret today, I said, I wonder if the gentleman, when he was building that house originally, I wonder if he knew that God was using him to build our house for us.
No, that's so good. Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, we're very excited. Very excited about that.
I bet it has a lot of characteristics in the house.
It's almost, you can almost see his thoughts.
Yeah.
as you go through the house.
Well, praise the Lord. I'm so glad you're that happy.
Yes.
And to be that content.
Yes.
And to move from the area that you're used to is you can just see God all over your face.
Well, praise the Lord.
I mean, you're always just so happy and outgoing. But so, tell us some of the things. And if someone wanted you to come and pray for them at the hospital or at their home, you're still willing to do that.
Yes.
So you've just retired from the pulpit ministry.
Yes.
You have not retired from being Pastor Don Karnser.
I am not the pastor of Camp Pleasant, but I am still
a minister.
Reverend Don Karnser.
Reverend Don Karnser.
Whatever God wants to make out of that or do with that, it's good by me.
Well, that's so wonderful, and you seem so content with that.
Oh gosh, honey, I feel like I just graduated from high school.
Oh my goodness, well that's even wonderful.
I'm loving it.
Yes.
It's to me, it's just like this stage is finished, and this next one is going to be just as exciting and full. I mean, my life, God has seen to it that my life has never had a moment of emptiness.
Right.
From birth.
Well, let's just talk about it a little bit, because you know when things happen, you just hear so many different stories, and this way you're going to hear it right here on Table Talk. And if it's not said on Table Talk, it's not true. So you're retiring, and so a new minister is going to come, male or female, you don't know yet. And you're still going to go there. That's going to be your church, and they're just going to come in and they're going to take over Camp Pleasant. Now, will they live in the house out there?
Well, we were working on that. So there's a new thing where a lot of the churches nowadays are going to, instead of furnishing a parsonage, it's a housing allowance.
Yes.
And it seems to work out because a lot of the ministers are bivocational and already have their house. So anyway, we're trying to feel our way through that. Probably we'll we may sell the parsonage and see where it goes from there.
And
that's
you
just
may
a
not.
guess.
Well, that's good. That is true. You don't really see a lot of them. I hear a lot of pastors, say they get a living allowance or a house allowance.
Yes, right, yeah.
Because they might not want to live there. That might not be
better
fitted
for them
for their family.
Yeah, right. Better for them, better for the church. Actually, if they can find an agreement.
So the new pastor's going to have a housing allowance. So if he doesn't move there, that doesn't mean they're not paying for him in a house. It's getting making it plain now.
Right, yeah.
So how did your children feel about this?
Well, at first they were shocked and a little bit hurt and disappointed, and they just kind of initially, I think they saw us leaving, and this was their church. I mean, my girls were just babies when we came there. So Rachel was a toddler, and they both got saved there and baptized there, and they sang and played it. But after they saw how it was unfolding, then they're comfortable with it now, and they're very excited about it, and they've stepped up. So
well, good. And what about the church people, the family?
I think that there are some people who feel like that it'll never be the same, and but that's a natural thing. And we're talking about God here. We're not talking about them or me.
Right.
I mean, God will come in there and He'll bring a peace over that house, and He will, when this new voice comes in, which is I think what Camp Pleasant needs. I think they need a younger man and wife and team that the youth and the younger couples can relate to better than they do me.
I really admire you for saying that, because a lot of people could not. Their ego would be too much.
Well,
so God's really working in you.
But anyway, I think that a new voice, a new idea, a new way of presenting the gospel.
Because you love this church and you want to see this church prosper and grow, so you're all for it.
I mean, it's
Will
my
you
life.
be in the process of helping whoever comes?
In any way, shape, form, or fashion that I can. But there again, I want to make sure. I mean, there are going to be people come to me and say, "Now, Brother Don, I'm not going to let anybody do my funeral but you." Well, I'm going to try not to do that, because it's His people now. It's His flock. It's His church. I want Him to be what God was gracious enough to allow me to be. So I'm going to try to do that.
Well, that's wonderful. That is that, and you know what? He may come to you. You don't know, or whoever it may be, come to you for advice, and may not want your advice, or may.
I will give him the best I can, and if that's nothing, I'm good to go.
That's right. You're good at nothing too.
That's it. I can sit right there and listen to him preach.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you come on, because it's just like you said, when someone gets at a church and you've been there 36 years.
Yes.
And you were over on,
Shadrick Fair,
No,
Camp Pleasant, it was
Camp
over at
Pleasant.
Peaks Mill.
and that church is still going. It's is that
yes.
a Baptist church?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What's that called? We have Ray Eastman pastors
That's
that
it,
church.
yeah.
Mhm. That church is still going.
Yes.
Then you moved it over down Shadrick Ferry. So the address is what?
850.
850 Shadrick Ferry. And it's the
Mhm.
only church down that road on a hill.
Yes,
It's the only
yes.
church on the road.
You can't miss it. It's in comparison to where we started. Every time I walk into that church, I more than anyone else,
Mhm.
I am astounded at what the Lord has done.
Yeah.
You can take one section. Our sanctuary is an amphitheater.
Yes, and you
So
still have
that
that
there-
pretty wall.
Yes,
Rock wall.
and one section of seats in our sanctuary now is bigger than the whole church was that we started in 36 years ago. It's
My
amazing. It's
goodness,
astounding.
Yeah.
So, God.
So you've been blessed.
Oh, yes.
And you've done what God's wanted you
Yes,
to do, and you're
we've
still going to
tried.
continue on.
And
what
I've
God's
had
wanted
a
you
lot of help too. I want to say that over the years, a lot of men and women have given their lives to that church just as committed as I have been. You can't. No one man can do anything
to. No.
unless the people come and carry
And you
you
know
along.
what? You've had ups and downs and
Mhm.
ups and downs, and people might say that, but I'm going to tell you what, if you're in the ministry or if you're not in the ministry, you've had ups and you've had downs.
Yes, of
You've
course.
made mistakes and
Yes.
you've done things you wish you hadn't done. We've all done that.
Yes,
but
right.
when you repent
Mhm.
and give your heart back to the Lord and ask God to forgive you and you're sincere, all that's gone. And I think that's one reason that you've had such a ministry, because you've been I don't know a lot about your ministry, but I know you've been a very humbled, repenting type person, and you believe in that.
If you are trying to walk with the Lord going in,
Mhm.
you'll be all right when you get in.
Yes.
I mean, you will trip and stumble and fall.
Yes.
But if your heart was right over here, then He'll catch you. He'll make good.
Mhm.
All things work together for good,
Yes.
and that's what He'll do. He keeps His word.
Mhm.
So you got to get right in the beginning, though.
Yes.
It's got to be about the Lord and the people.
And I believe you've always had a good heart. I've never
Well,
known you not to have one.
My mother, if I left that, forsake that, she'd get up out of the grave and whip me right in front of everybody.
Well, she's not in the grave. She had to come from heaven, Brother Don,
Yeah.
and come back. But anyway, you're so
True.
funny. But, so I'm just, just sitting here with you. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, I'm just going to be honest with you. We're close. You know my
Yes,
daddy, and
yes,
you
yes.
love me, and I love you. We just got this special
Yes, it
relationship.
is.
Daddy's always loved you and thought
He is.
highly of you all,
Right.
And he'll see Margot coming down the road now, and he'll be like, here she comes. That's what he says. Here she comes. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I'm so sad. Wonder what's happened.
Mhm.
But nothing's happened, has
No,
it?
no,
I
it-
see it like this. You know how you have they're called are they called? When you plant a flower and it comes back the next year. What's that called?
Yes. Yeah.
Pre-annual. Lynn, go ahead. Anyway, we got 4 people here. Nobody knows.
No.
But you plant a flower and it comes back every year.
Mhm.
But soon, even it comes back for so long, it starts getting a little bit
Mhm.
less and less.
Yes.
And every once in a while, you just plant something
Yes.
new.
Yeah.
And it's really bright, and it's really, but there's nothing wrong with that old. And I just see that's just what God's doing.
Also, this now. Here's all these times God's blessed you,
Perennials.
used you, and gone on. But now, when it comes time for Him to open new doors,
Mm-hmm.
He has to do things to make me, for instance,
Right.
be willing to step back. In other words,
Right.
He can't. He didn't want to just shoot me. So
Right.
so what He did is He made things unfold and happen in my life so that the natural
And
order of
maybe
things.
not anything major
Yes,
or that
yes.
way. It could just
And
be
it
little
doesn't have
small
to be
things.
bad. It's
No,
just,
it could be
it's
good
how
things.
He gets it done.
Right.
See,
Yeah.
and
So I
so-
want to get that clear because I just
Yeah.
know how the grapevine could be. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong. There's no reason, and for some reason I just
No.
want to stress that to Frankfurt.
No, it is.
There's no There's nothing wrong, nobody's upset, I mean, my gosh, you're so happy, I don't even know what to do, I feel like I'm shouting.
If Margot and I both, we're amazed at how much peace there is about this.
Yeah, I feel it.
How much we're just literally happy.
I actually feel that peace on you.
If you drive by the yard and you see us sitting over there in what we call the shade, and
at the cottage.
Yes, and then those yellow
chairs.
Things, yeah, then
we're gonna yell out, Brother Don,
That's it. So.
But so yes, I feel such a peace. I'm so glad that the Lord thought about, when I heard you were retiring, I thought, well. And I just went on, and then I just felt just real lightly the Holy Spirit say, why don't you just have him on your program and just let him explain to Frankfurt what's happening. So that way it's just nipped in the bud, there ain't nothing to talk about. If you want to see it, you heard it here first at Table Talk. But anyway, so I feel so peaceful. I could just get up and just shout for Camp Pleasant, because I just feel like you're peaceful to go out and peaceful for the new people to come in. And I don't even go to that church, but I still feel peace.
Well, it is there.
Well, praise God. Yeah. Praise God.
God's pretty good.
Yes, He is, isn't He? And you always got a smile on your face.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes.
I like it.
So tell us a little bit, Pastor Don, about your funniest experience. I always put you on the spot.
Oh my goodness.
Your funniest experience as being a pastor. Something that you may just did that was just really hilarious, funny. You didn't mean to, but you did.
Oh gosh, let's see. There've been so many things that have occurred that I'd give $25 to wipe off a picture.
Well, just tell us about one.
Let's see.
Or tell us the best thing that you feel that ever occurred.
The best thing that's ever occurred.
Mm-hmm.
I was preaching, and when I opened the altar, one of the first people that came down and came over to me to pray with me was my daughter Sarah.
Oh.
That was, I think I will never forget that little face. And she wasn't a great big grown girl, but her heart. Yes, and I got to pray with her. Both of my little girls, I got to pray with them and baptize them. I think those are two of the greatest blessings in my life.
And then third, we'll let Margot come in.
No, I do want to make sure Frankfurt understands this, that no matter what has been accomplished in my life, good or bad, or I wouldn't have wanted to have done it without her.
Right.
Not at all. And B, I could not have even have begun
to do without her.
Yes, I mean, not only the things that she adds to me,
yes,
but the just the support and the caring and the understanding.
And if you don't know Margot, she's just so full of life, and just so out there driving her little Volkswagen convertible, and she's just it's just like Daddy said, here she comes. And so she's, you see her, she's lovely.
Yes,
and she's so sweet, but she's full of life.
I was a junior in high school, and on the first day of my junior year, she was a sophomore, and she came in the gym with a bunch of girls. And clear across the gym, I saw her, and I thought, that's my girl.
You got it, David. Well, tell us, Brother Don, so you don't have any idea yet who's coming?
No.
Do you have like a committee that's set up?
There are. We have 4 of our board members that are working on that.
So you're not even concerned or worried about it, are you?
No, ma'am, I am not. If the opportunity arises to go hear someone speak, then I'll do that. But all I know is this. I do know this. I don't know whether it'll take a week or 6 months, but whoever God before time ever was, whoever God wanted to replace me, he'll be there.
That is so good.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
That is so wonderful. You have such a peace. And to think that, and I just want to make sure that, Brother Don's not retiring from the ministry, because I don't believe you ever retire from the ministry, do you?
No.
You just retire from the pulpit.
Yes.
Yes, because it becomes your heart and your soul and what you live and what you wake up for.
Yes.
And
it's just as much fun to lead somebody to Jesus today as it was 36 years ago.
Yes, it is. Yes, I know. I've been seeing you on Facebook. Y'all been baptizing quite a few people, haven't you?
We baptized a little lady last Sunday, and that was 1,489 baptisms.
Really?
Yes.
1,400 and what, 80?
89.
80 in that church or in Camp
Donna
Pleasant?
Tolles is a lady that she's kind of our church clerk and secretary and all, and she brought that number to me, and I was just absolutely stunned.
So is that from the new church and the old, or
That's
just the
from
new?
very day one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My goodness, I'd be like, I gotta go for 1,500. But you're just like,
Well,
well,
I got 15 more Sundays, so we'll see.
you got 15 more Sundays.
yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
only need what, 11?
Yeah,
11.
surely.
Surely you'll go out with, Lord, please let him go out with 1,500. That would be amazing. Well, Brother Don, is there anything you'd just like to say to Frankfurt? This is your chance.
I will say to the people of Frankfurt, I want to thank you for your encouragement, your patience, your understanding. I've never had anybody condemn me or hinder me. You've been very tolerant, and you've made Frankfurt my new home and a wonderful, wonderful place to be. It's the best place in the world.
Oh my goodness, that's
It is.
really great.
It is.
It's really great. You know what, Brother Don, they don't know it yet, the staff out there, but we're gonna go off with maybe just a little collage and pictures of a look back on him. So I always put this on Brother Don on the spot, but tonight I kind of warned him. The first time he was on the show, I was just sitting there, and I knew him, but I didn't know him that well, and I didn't know if he sang, and I was like, the Lord said, ask him to sing, ask him does he sing, and I was like, I can't ask him that, because that was back in the day where we didn't get to stop taping. You had to go straight and not
Yeah,
stop.
right.
And I was like, do you sing? And you started laughing, and I was like, well, sing a song. And you know, just the presence of God went in, just came in there when you sang that song. So we're gonna close. We love you, Pastor Don. We appreciate what you've done in Frankfurt and at Camp Pleasant. We appreciate how you're going out, still in the ministry, but letting someone come in and do a new work in that church. I mean, I can see God's very pleased with you.
Yes.
But as we go off, why don't you sing a song for me?
I'm not sure that this is the best way to go out. Retiring might not be.
I love Brother Don. He's had so much fun.
I hope though that I come back.
Oh,
to
you'll
this
be
table
coming back.
many
Yes,
times. I
you
love
get
it here.
to, yes.
You are one of the great lights in this community.
Well, thank you.
Let's see, a song that I normally have about 5 of the women at church, my wife and daughters and Chris Allen and a bunch of them sing this and cover me up real well. But anyway, I love this song. So I'll do just a little verse and chorus. I never could quite understand why a king would want to leave his throne and don the robes of an earthly man, feel the pain of this flesh and bone, and then to later walk an old dusty path that led to Calvary, where his blood red stains, they broke all my chains and said that I could still go free, that I could still go free. What kind of man would reach down his hand and do this for me? Oh, unworthy to live and not fit to kill, but then a man on a cross, he put me in his will and said that I could still go free.
Amen. Hallelujah. Well, let's give him something to talk about.
My goodness.
I'm not for sure that he's not going to Nashville to become a singer. But this is Table Talk, and we love you.
Oh, thank you all. Love you all.
We love you too.